a scary story for you. You want a scary story? It was a dark and gloomy night. Now I went 5 years without 5 years without eating Taco Bell, right? And today I decided to try it, boy. I got still boo-boo like a mother. You know what's funny though? You know how many times like during like recordings, like when I'm playing a game reaction, whatever I'm doing, like you know how many times I like fart doing like these, but you guys can't hear it though, because good thing the camera don't pick it up. It was one of them though. It was a super old video, like it was really loud, and I forgot to edit it out. You can hear it. I ain't gonna tell you which one it is, and trust me, you would not find it. It was like dummy old, but bro, it was just like one of them ones that make the little like you know it got like the vibrate, but behind it forget it, bro. We about to go check out 3 creepy. Why did I try to describe a damn not a boo-boo, I ain't boo-boo. A fart. But anyway, about to check out 3 creepy true horror stories that happened on Christmas, because Christmas is around the corner. And I know it's supposed to be all jolly, but you guys know I love scary stuff too. By Mr.Nightmare. Want to check out the original video? Link will be in the description below. But let's go. My bad, Roma. I was reading the wrong title because I was watching that one earlier. I already watched that one. We're about to check out 4 true terrifying Christmas horror stories by Mr.Nightmare. Check out the original video. Link will be in the description below. But let's go. My bad. That good like button. Here are 4 true Christmas horror stories. Hey, if this video cut like in the middle of a jump cut, bro, I want to go boo-boo. Like, that beginning was not a joke.
So we were having our Christmas Eve dinner. Turkey, stuffing, and other dishes that you would expect to get on Thanksgiving night. We don't have a big family. It was my grandparents and uncles from my mom's side of the family. At the time, we lived in a duplex with some guy and his girlfriend on the other side.
I don't like this already.
We never really saw them much. Strangely, we had a door that connected our sides, and no, that's not something that most duplexes have. It had a very unique kind of lock though. It had to be unlocked from both sides to be opened.
Makes sense.
It could open in either direction.
Like a hotel, like when you have like the
I only saw it open once before the two moved in. Ever since, the door had been locked, at least on our side. While we were sitting at the dinner table eating, the doorknob to the door that separates the sides of our duplex twisted and turned before the lock would block it.
What? I closed my side.
It was not accidental, as it was going on for at least 10 seconds. My dad got up and walked over to the door, placed one hand on the lock and one hand on the doorknob. "You need something?"
Yeah, you about to kill you. What you need?
He unlocked our side of the door and swung it open.
For what?
Their side of the duplex was completely pitch black. It seemed as if nobody was home. It was only about 6 o'clock, and we were certain we saw them leaving earlier.
Oh, no.
Me and my dad went to check out the window, and their car was gone too.
Oh, hell no.
Being good neighbors, we assumed the worst, that there may have been an intruder.
Oh, your side.
So me, my dad, and my uncle went to the other side to investigate. We flipped on all the lights and checked every corner and every crevice of the small first floor. Then we heard a thud and a crack from upstairs. It was pressure on the floorboards. I was freaked out, so I stayed behind while my dad and uncle went upstairs.
Y'all go.
I felt my heart skip a beat when a huge commotion erupted from upstairs, before the scream from my uncle echoed across the duplex, even to the other side, as my whole family got up from the table now. Moments later, my dad came rushing down with my uncle beside him, with his hand covering his lower shoulder or chest area. There was a stab wound. We all hurried back to our side of the apartment and locked the door. We dialed 911 and simultaneously heard rapid stomping coming from the other side, and then heavy banging and ramming into the door to the point where there were small chips and cracks forming. We could hear the grunting and screaming of the man as he rammed into the door. My other uncle and my dad each grabbed kitchen knives. I armed myself as well. They told all of us to stand back while they waited by the door. Thankfully, the man on the other side gave up before the door gave in, and we heard him exit out the front door.
Man,
he watched through the window, and we all saw his face as he ran through the snow and turned to see us through the glass. He took off in his black Honda Civic down the slushy roads. It doesn't end there.
What?
The following year, the same neighbors still lived there, and they seemed to be having a Christmas get-together
tell them
with
about
a few
the crap?
people. By chance, I was looking out my bedroom window, being a sketchy snoop,
came back
when I recognized one of their guests to be the same man who had allegedly broken into their side of the duplex.
Oh.
When I told my dad, he agreed, and we approached them about it. He denied any knowledge of what we said, and even our neighbors defended him, saying he was from out of state.
Oh no, he does not.
There was nothing we could do for proof, but we knew one thing. Those neighbors, for whatever reason, set that up.
They did?
We moved out about a month later after our new-grown fear of those neighbors became too much.
Boy, now that's some weird. Like, how, I wanted to know more about how they know the neighbor like set it up, whatever. Because what's the like? What the hell? Like, why would you want to? Like, people are just freaking crazy, bro. Why would you want to say something like that when you got a family of like 10 people over there just freaking eating? My bad, I thought I saw something corner of my eye. You got your like, well, not your family, like another family that's in a duplex over there. Obviously, they're like 10 deep, like, bro, because we done jumped. Like, forget that, bro. But what's the point of like trying to go there and just stab someone? Like, you're not even trying to rob them or get them. You just want to. Oh, nah, see, nah, hell no. That one wasn't hella scary, but
This
it did trip
happened when
me
I was
out.
only 5 years old. It was Christmas Eve night, meaning I guess it was technically Christmas, and I had awoken at probably 3 a.m. or something. I walked downstairs to the living room out of my little boy curiosity to see if Santa had delivered any presents yet. The tree was full of presents underneath already. I was so happy. Santa had come already. But what was this? There was someone in the kitchen going through the fridge.
It ain't no Santa, no, it ain't
I
no Santa,
remember
bro.
stepping into the kitchen and seeing a really tall man going through the fridge chugging a milk carton. When he spotted me, he put the carton back in the fridge and shut the door.
They're eating.
He then put his fingers on his lips to tell me to be quiet.
Oh,
Are you Santa? I asked him.
what?
Yes, I am.
He ain't
told
no
me quietly. He walked past me, patted me on the head, and stepped into the living room next to the tree. I don't know what I was thinking, even at 5 years old, as he wasn't wearing anything even resembling Santa.
At 5, I'd have even known that.
He looked around at all the gifts. I thanked him for all the presents as he began picking up the bigger boxes. I remember being confused, and I'm pretty sure I asked him why he was doing what he was doing, but I don't remember exactly what he said. I believe it was along the lines of just replacing the gifts with better ones in my sled. I believe.
I don't care what you tell me. This dude is black, my guy. This Robert is. Alright, if anything, it's Friday, so he in the kitchen eating your damn food. Who breaks my house to eat food, bro? Like, come on, bro. Drink it, whatever you doing. And he take it and gives like, oh yeah, bro, I'm Santa. I'm just replacing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He walks out the back door with 3 boxes.
Yo,
came back
toys.
momentarily to grab more, then left once again.
Where's your parents?
He came back in and patted me on the back and told me not to tell my parents that I saw him. I smiled and agreed, and he took off with the boxes.
Clown.
I waited for him to come back with the replacement gifts,
Boy,
but he never did. I eventually went up to tell my parents despite what he said. When my parents realized I wasn't joking, they sat up in shock and fear and ran past me downstairs. When they saw half the presents were gone and the back door was left wide open, my mom screamed like a deranged person. I remember my parents were practically scolding me, demanding for me to describe the person who entered our house. Of course, being 5 years old, the description I gave was anything but useful. All I probably told them was that he was tall. It's been almost 15 years now though, and at this point for me, being that I was only 5 years old,
still believe in Santa?
It's nothing but a story to tell, rather than a bad memory at all.
Alright, hold up, bro. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, my guy. Don't get me wrong. At 5 years old, you'll do some stupid stuff. I know you will. Even I did. But something like that, I think it hit me like, nah, bro, you ain't no damn Santa, bro. Even though I had a story similar to this that was really stupid. This guy who stole my bike. I took it at the end, though. I ain't gonna like take up too much time. But it's just like my guy, you broke in the house to eat, well, drink like people food. It's kind of like, you know, on Friday when the dude, I think it was Friday the next, when he broke in with the Santa outfit, whatever, and he was like making the ham sandwich. I wanted him to say the race so bad. No stereotyping. No
Did you ever
stereotyping.
used to have a fear of those guys who would dress up as Santa Claus in the mall or at Christmas parties? Up until the age of about 8,
but
I certainly did. I think I was 6 or 7 years old when me and my mom were walking through the mall with all of the Christmas festivities and decorations up. Festive bands playing jingle bells, a giant tree in the center of the mall, and of course a mall Santa sitting in a chair covered by a green blanket. There was a small line of kids and parents waiting to sit on the Santa's lap. Maybe 2 or 3 kids. My mom insisted I sat on his lap. Normally it would be the other way around, the kid begging the parent to sit on the lap. But
I
she
thought he
knew
meant
how
the other way
shy
around,
I
like
was.
Santa sit on his lap.
There wasn't anyone by the mall Santa's side, like one of those people who calls the next child up. It was just
like
him.
the little F.
When I sat on the stranger's lap, he grabbed me by the chest and said softly in my ear, "What do you want for Christmas?" I think I said a Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah, you
He
know this.
laughed and assured me I would receive one. Then, for whatever reason, my mom walked up to the Santa and said something quietly to him. He chuckled in response to whatever she said and then said no problem. My mom told me to wait there by the Santa for a few minutes until she came back.
What?
At this point, there were no more kids waiting to sit on his lap, so his attention was directed at me. He told me to come over and sit on his lap again. I somehow obeyed, despite my fear of Santa Claus.
What the hell's wrong with his mama?
When I sat on his lap, he pulled me closer to him so that my back was leaning on him. When I think back on this moment now, it's all the more painful and creepy. He then whispered in my ear that he had a Game Boy Advance outside by his sled, and if I followed him, I would get it right now and wouldn't have to wait until Christmas.
What?
My fear suddenly turned to excitement as I believed him. We both stepped off the chair, and I followed him down one of the exit hallways.
The mama is so dumb, bro.
He stopped and told me we should take a bathroom break first. We stepped into the bathroom, and he quickly locked the door. I turned and looked at him as he looked at me. But before anything else could happen, there was a frantic banging at the door.
The mom?
Somebody on the other side was yelling to open up. The Santa opened the door, and a man pulled him out and shoved him. The man then escorted me back to the center of the mall, asking me where my mom went.
She needs to be arrested.
I watched as a fake Santa casually walked out the exit door and out of my sight. When my mom came back, the man explained everything. I'm pretty sure he was watching the whole time. So he and my mom asked around to see if the mall hired any mall Santas for the day. They did not. Whoever that was just a pervert dressed as Santa to get kids to sit on his lap.
So
and
why would the mom
wait for
leave?
a perfect opportunity to snatch one, just like he almost did me.
Yeah, boy, almost took that booty. My guy, if I'm in the mall with my kid, whatever, boom, I feel like, all right, maybe it's not a real Santa. Let me go find out, ask some questions. Son, you stay here with this Santa. Like it just doesn't it makes zero freaking sense. Like for one, the mom is hella dumb. I would have not done that. I left my kid with me, and then we want to go ask Small to find out like what's going on. Like is this real Santa? Boom, boom, boom. Yes or no, whatever. Like that is. This episode peeing me off, my guy.
This story took place about 5
really
years
don't.
ago on Christmas Eve night. It was around 1 in the morning, and I
Some
had
of these
just finished placing presents under the tree. I went upstairs to brush up and everything, then came back downstairs to the kitchen to get a glass of water before bed. My son Jake, who was 4 at the time, was standing by the stairs leading to the basement. I asked him what he was doing up so late. He pointed down the stairs and said, "Santa."
Boy, son of my ass.
I picked him up and carried him back to his room. I took a glass of water and went to bed. I woke up around an hour later to my son running down the hall outside my room.
Ooh, that would
I sighed and got out of bed. As I was going down the stairs, I saw Jake by the tree looking at presents. Then he ran past me into the basement stairs again. He pointed down the stairs again. This time I looked down the stairwell, and my heart dropped as I saw a black figure sitting on the bottom step. I almost screamed, but I somehow held it in.
My grown ass.
I pulled my son quietly away from the
Jake,
basement
you better
door
run.
and closer to the front door of the house.
Let me go back.
I pulled my son quietly away from the basement door and closer to the front door of the house. I moved my hand away from my son's mouth to reach for the lock in the doorknob.
And he said
I
something.
tried to pull the door open as quietly as possible, but it was pointless. The squeaky hinges let out the usual ear-piercing screeches, and I cringed in my mouth and eyes as I did. Suddenly, there were heavy stomps coming from up the basement stairs. I screamed and pushed open the storm door and practically threw Jake outside. I shut both doors behind us and we ran to the neighbor's house. I rang the doorbell as fast as possible, probably 30 times before they answered.
Knocking?
After that, we went inside and stayed there and waited for the police. Whoever that person was gone though, as determined after the police conducted a thorough investigation of the house. I ended up lying to Jake, telling him that actually was Santa Claus.
Why would you do that?
A few years later, he remembered the incident and became a little more wise to what actually happened.
I would have told straight to my son the truth. Hell no, I want no damn Santa, clown. See, like I always feel like if somebody like for one, that's why we always see hella cameras in our home. Like anyway, you should always keep a gun too. But anyway, if someone breaking my house and it's like and let's say they get away, like I don't feel safe at that point. Like the police like, oh, we should call house, boom, boom, no one's here. I don't believe that. So I was the person like, all right, you know what? Now what we're gonna do? Everybody, we gonna stand outside. Everybody watch the windows, doors, everything. We gonna get a fuck. I mean, I was gonna say a few and a couple at the same time, so I didn't come. We gonna get a few freaking we want some poison grenades, some gas grenades, something. Boom. Throw them in the house, and we'll sit outside and watch all the windows and all the doors. If somebody's in there, they gotta come out, bro, because they not about to be sitting there inhaling them fumes. If so, then you hella looking up dead. So now I gotta make sure ain't nobody up in this mother, bro. Like that last story creeped me the hell out because I knew the boy saw somebody because he kept saying talking about some Santa. That's why when it comes to like kids like that, like I hate when movies and stories like put it past the kid, because kids are not just gonna just like, they do lie, but something like that you would know is like, it's no reason, there's no point to it. So if I'm sitting there, my kids is pointing like, ooh, Santa's in the closet. Like, I'm a legit think like somebody's in the damn closet because this kid sees something, bro. And like, so that's why it peed me off when he was like, oh, bypass that, whatever, let's go to bed, whatever. Like, hell no. But yo, this one, that last one was so freaking good, bro. But if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, share, you guys are awesome. Merry Christmas to you all. Which y'all is out.